Hey everyone, welcome to our video playthrough of the first 3 rounds of Ignition Core. I've had a lot of questions online as to what this game is and how it plays. And despite posting the online rules for free at ignitioncoregames.com, we wanted to show you how a game actually unfolds so you can really get a good idea if this is the kind of game that is for you. What this is, it's a 2-player, objectives-based mech skirmish game. We wanted to go for high model quality. So rather than giving you a giant horde of aliens, you have just a few models, but they're very big. They're very detailed, as you can see in the pictures. Even down to the infantry. The infantry have a ton of gorgeous details to them. We've got half the box of the 8 models per side are on 50mm or 75mm bases, so they're big. And they're going to be hopefully a joy for you to paint and play with. It's going to have living rules. That means the rules will be free PDFs on the website. And based on your feedback, we will update them periodically, as well as rebalance any units that might come out that you feel are overpowered or underpowered or not performing as you'd like. We're going to continue to push those updates to the website in free PDFs so that you don't have to buy a stack of books or supplements to keep your collection up to date. If you buy a model from us, you buy that model and its rules for life, no exceptions. Why did we make this game? Well, this is a game I always wanted. I've always loved mechs. I particularly loved anime mechs, Mobile Suit Gundam, Appleseed, things of that nature. I never felt like anime mech-based games got a fair shake on the table. So I made you the game that I always wished I could play. The game that gives the anime mech genre the skirmish game it deserves. Before we get into the video of the gameplay, I just wanted to show off a few items. So we have our production quality samples here. So these actually came out really well. I have pictures posted up on the Facebook page. We'll probably put an article on the web store as well. This shows you the quality of models you get. This is almost the full starter set here. What you're looking at here makes up the same models you'd get in the half set. And all of this plus an additional drop ship, these are the unassembled components, would make up the full $280 all-in bundle of Ignition Core Zero Edition. We also got the limited edition box in, the production sample. It's really amazing looking, so I'm going to start ordering those as soon as I can. And those go to everyone who pre-orders Ignition Core Zero Edition, the full starter bundle in the month of October, and then while stocks last throughout the month of November, and then onward if we have any boxes left. When do you get this? Very soon. If your order is in or it's placed within the next few days, we want this game in your hands by the end of the month. We'll say end of the month to maybe 10 November at the latest, just to account for any shipping delays, things of that nature. If you're international, it takes a bit longer. If you wait till the end of the month to place your order, it may take a bit longer. But this game is on the resin press right now, being printed. Well, with enough support, we want to make new factions. New factions means new molds, which means we need business capital to keep doing that. But sales are continuing to trickle in such a way that we believe we can afford to pay for new molds to get new factions on the table. A single player mode. Single player is hot right now. We'd like to get a box where it's just a few models with AI scripts so that you can play Ignition Core by yourself. Or you can double up and play cooperatively with a friend. Campaign mode, a mode where all your battles of Ignition Core string together in a meaningful way. An RPG-like mode where you can buy upgrade systems for your mechs and new war gear for your infantry and your dropship. And then eventually we want to create a dense dungeon crawler. Flowing rules like this, but this is where maybe we get some cardboard material together for you and put together something where you can have a full immersive RPG experience that DMs itself and gives you essentially a video game campaign mode in a box. Other than that, hopefully you enjoy the video battle report. And if you have any questions, please let us know through Facebook, through the web store. However, enjoy.
Today's scenario will be 3 rounds of target locked. In this scenario, there are 4 objectives, 1 in each player's deployment zone, and 2 in neutral territory. During the scoring phase, each player gains 1 victory point for controlling the objective in their deployment zone, 2 victory points for each objective they control that are in neither player's deployment zones, and 3 victory points for controlling the objective in their opponent's deployment zone. Additionally, you can get 1 point for Titan Slayer, which is destroying your opponent's Warlord class mech, and 2 points for Kingslayer, and that is removing their pilot as a casualty. For deployment on blue side, we have the Talos dropship, followed by the Paladin. Next to that, we have the Sentinel with the Hellfire missile rack, and Sentinel with Icarus flight kit. For red side, we have both Sentinels together, one with the Icarus flight kit, one with the Hellfire missile rack. Then we have our Paladin class Warlord mech and Talos dropship. Now the deployment is complete. We will start with our initiative tracker roll off.
All right, I got 2 5s and a 3.
I got a 3, 6, and 7.
Okay, so you can lock in the 6 and the 7.
All right, so those will be locked in, and you've got a 5.
And I can lock in one of the 5s.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, then you'll have to reroll your 5, and I'll have to reroll my 3.
And I'll have to reroll my 3 also. All right, so I already have 5 locked in. You have a 9 and a 7, so I can lock in the 6 and the 1. This time, all my dice are locked in, so you have 2 turns to roll a unique roll, or I assign this one for you.
All right, here we go. Attempt 1, A1, which you already have. Attempt 2 is a 9, which I already have. So now you just get to lock it where you want it.
And I'm just going to lock that in at 0.
Okay.
All right, since you have the lowest initiative step, you get to assign to initiative step 0 first.
All right, so my initiative assigning first will be here, but that means I will be the last to go on activation.
Correct.
Let's see, so I will put my pilot last.
I'm going to match you and do the same. Now I have to assign the next 2 steps. So we'll place support mechs and then infantry and dropships.
And then I'll pretty much do the same thing. It'll be support mech, then infantry, and dropship for me as well. Since there we go. There's our first initiative tracker. And then for this, now we start with the highest and go down on activation, correct?
Correct. So you get to activate all your infantry and dropship models and then move on.
All right, let's get to it. All right, first is the tactical phase. And I do have a tactical ability. You go on the initiative chart. My pilot is first. He will activate his tactical ability, which I'll denote with a 6. If I use it, I'll flip it to a 1. That is escape and evade. So if he gets shot at before it happens, I can do a free move.
My pilot has nothing, but next on the initiative tracker is my support mechs. So I'm going to have my Sentinel support mech with the Hellfire missile rack take aim. So he can discard this, so I'll mark it with a 6. If he uses it, I'll flip it to a 1. He's foregoing all movement, but he gets a free shooting attack at any time during the activation phase. My infantry and dropship, next on the initiative tracker, have no tactical abilities to declare.
I am also done with my tactical abilities. That's the only one I'm using.
All right, this brings us into the activation phase.
Yep, now we'll start with, we go top to bottom now. And infantry and dropship is what I have. I will start. We've got a 10 movement, and I'm just going to go straight forward for 9. With my fly, I can fly over the building as long as I don't stop on a building.
Before you move, I'm going to activate his ability. I'm going to attempt to shoot you out of the sky before you even go. So at this point, we do our facing check. And from here, we establish that we are able to get line of sight by drawing a straight line from the head of my unit to the head of yours, as denoted by the windshield, without that line passing over any terrain. So from here, I'm going to expend 3 ammunition. So I'm going to mark the Hellfire missile rack from 8 down to 5 remaining missiles. I have a rate of fire on these of 1 to 3. So I'm spending 3. Okay, 2, 5, and 0. That's not a great roll. So 0 doesn't generate any, and 1 through 5 generates 1 hit each. So now I'm going to roll these against the dropship's hit locations. So a 5 and a 1. So on the dropship, 1 through 3 is a miss. The next is 5. 5 hits the tail, doing 3 damage.
3 damage to the Talos tail.
Now, you have an option here.
And I'm going to take it.
You're going to take it to the tail?
No, I'm going to take the option, which since my Paladin is within 3 squares of that dropship, I can choose to use my Aegis shield system.
Okay.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I roll dice for each damage, and on a 4-up, the shield takes it instead.
A dice for each hit.
Okay, so 1 hit.
So this is 1 hit, it's 1 roll, and on a 4-up, the 3 damage goes to the knight's shield system instead of the dropship's tail.
All right, let's try to do that. Let's try to deflect with the Aegis shield system.
That's a 7, that is plenty.
Got a 7, so I'm going to deflect that, and instead of the dropship taking the 3 damage, I will put the damage on the Paladin's Aegis shield system. So that's going to put that down to 6.
6 remaining. Okay, so I've marked a 1 here. That just marks that until we get tokens, we're using this to mark that he's used that ability. That reminds me not to move him during his activation.
All right, now I can continue with the move I was attempting to do. But any of those abilities like that can interrupt at any time, which is why he did that. Because he could actually wait. He decided to declare before I moved, but he could wait until I moved further. And if he could still see me, he could just declare when I'm at a good spot.
Correct.
But I will move there, and that's it for the dropship. Now the infantry inside, however, will get out.
So remember, do this 1 at a time.
Yeah. So this guy's going to drop out. And then you always drop them within a square, correct?
An adjacent square, correct. The rules say they pay 3 movement to disembark or 2 movement to embark. And then from there, they're free to continue the remainder of their activation.
So I spent 3 of my 6 movement there, and then I'm going to spend the next 3 to go 1, 2, 3.
Instantly claiming that objective.
So now, red team has this objective. I'm actually going to drop her as well for 3 movement. And she's just going to go 1, 2, 3. Not on the objective, but she is next to it. And I'm going to keep the leader inside. That's Miss Monocle here. She's going to stay inside the dropship.
Okay, that concludes that initiative step.
Yes.
Now we're on to your support mechs.
On to my support mechs, which I'm going to need a moment for. All right, starting off, my Sentinel with the Icarus flight kit is going to take his movement. He has movement of 12 because of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can either go to this side or this side of the building with as far as I want to go. He's going to fly over here. And then I'm going to do I have 6 movement on the Hellfire Missile Rack Sentinel. And I can either go 1, 2, or just say 2 for diagonal. So I'll go 2, 4, 5, 6. And nothing can shoot from there. That's gonna be it for them.
So a lot of firepower focused on that one side of the board. All right, I'll go to my infantry and dropships next. Dropship is a move of 10, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From there, my first infantry assault force fire team operator is going to get out, spending 3 to get out. 4, 5, 6 to move. And we went ahead and marked that because I knew she was going to do that. We're going to take her Valkyrie, minigun, spend 3 ammunition. Okay, I've marked her ammunition down to 3, and we're going to roll against the Sentinel support mech here and see where she hits. So her burst result is 8, 7, and 3. Now I'm rolling against the hit chart of the Sentinel. So with that, we know that 1s and 2s are a miss. We've got 2 3s. That goes to a location of the defender's choice, simulating that the mech saw the hits coming, didn't have time to get out of the way, but perhaps raised an arm or a leg to deflect the hits, take the damage there. 5 and 6 are allocated to the torso, and 7 allocates to the head. These are 1 damage each, so the defender can split these up or take them to one location. These have to go to the torso, these have to go to the head.
All right, well, the 3s, I'll just put on the arms. 1 on each arm. So I'll take 3 to my left arm, putting it down to 5, and same thing with the other arm and the other 3. So that arm down to 5. And then the 6 and 5 both go to where?
The torso.
The torso, so to take that, both of those to my torso. And then the last one being the 7 has to go to my head.
Correct.
So there we go.
We'll roll right into the next model. So he steps out for 1, 2, 3. He's going to go 4. And he has line of sight to this model because this model is a larger base than the model intervening. So if this was a 25 millimeter model, he would need to continue moving to get line of sight, but he can see right through his friend and shoot at it. So
get down. Go.
Exactly. So he's going to go drop to 6 ammunition remaining because he's doing a 3-round burst. Our burst roll is 0, 7, and 1. So not awesome. So we're going to roll 3 hits against this model. And that's a 2, an 8, and a 5. So we know from the previous roll the 2's nothing. The 8 goes to a location of my choice. The 5 goes to the torso. We're just going to commit and put them both on the torso.
All right, so 2 more to my torso.
2 more to the torso.
Going down to 6.
From there, he's used 4 movement points. He is just going to go 5 and stay right there. Now with the last one, we have 2 options here. I can either keep her in the dropship because I might try to commit to jetting her over to the other objective because infantry or a dismounted pilot are the only ones that can score. I think at this time I'm going to commit to securing this objective as best I can. So he's going to spend 3 to get out, and he will go 4, 5, and he's going to spend 3 to do the same attack against the same target. So 1, 7, and 0, another less than stellar burst roll, and we're rolling it against the same hit locations on the same model. We know that these 2 go to the torso, these to the head, and the 3 is the defender's choice. These are 1 damage each.
I will take 1 to one of my legs. So we'll take left leg. I will take 1 there, go down to 7.
Okay. 2 to the torso.
Going down to 4 on my torso.
And then 1 to the head.
1 to the head, going down to 3 on the head.
Okay, that's it for my infantry and dropships. So on to my support mechs. So we're gonna use him first. He can't move because we took aim, and we have this 1 here to remind us of that until we get tokens ready for this game. I'm going to have him take another shot. He's going to fire 2 missiles. We'll fire 2 missiles at your Warlord class mech.
Because the range on those missiles is 30, correct?
The range is 30. We know he's got a clear line of sight. And I know you're sitting on that escape and evade token, so
Yeah.
I don't want to waste a full 3-round burst in case you choose to use it right now to fly out of the way.
Yep, because I can, in fact, wait till he spends his ammunition, then say, I'm going to activate, which I will, my escape and evade. So I'll do the same thing, move this to 1, signify that I used my ability, and then I get a free move, which the Paladin mech
Moves based off of the pilot stats.
Just 6.
Which is a movement of 6. And we mark the 1 there so that he remembers on his activation that he is foregoing shooting.
Yep. So did that guy just load missiles? Ugh, no thanks.
No thanks. So I've wasted 2 missiles. I'm not even going to roll. And at this point, he has 1 more action, but he can only fire missiles once per activation, as noted on the card. He could fire his Gladius burst rifle, but it has a range of 16, and there is nothing within range and line of sight. I can tell by looking that he will not be able to pull sight to anyone on that objective based on a facing check and a straight line that doesn't cut through terrain. So his activation's finished, and we will go on to the second Sentinel mech, the one with the Icarus flight kit. With the flight kit, it is a movement of 12, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to push up as aggressively as we can.
Just right in there.
Now, he's going to dump all 3 of his missiles. So for mobility, he sacrifices missile count. He's dumping all 3 of his Javelin missiles into your Warlord class mech.
Okay.
So that's a 1, a 3, and a 5. So a 2 is a miss, but a 4 and a 6 are going to the torso. That's optimal because the torso will eventually destroy the mech. However, I know what Jared's going to do here.
Yes.
I think I know.
I'm going to roll. I'm going to activate my Aegis shield system, and a roll a dice for every hit, and on a 4-up, the shield system takes the damage instead of the intended target. So I got a 4 and a 6. So I will take 2 damage. They're 1 damage apiece, correct? No, these are missiles.
Missiles are 3 each.
So this will be 6 damage.
So it's going to wipe out your shield system.
Boom. No more shields.
So we'll just mark that like that. It's an easy enough reminder, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I don't have to worry about that shield system anymore.
But I am nice and happy with having a untouched mech.
Yeah, there you go. With my second action, I'm going to use the Gladius burst rifle, and we'll use it against your infantry model that's on the objective.
Can you imagine being that guy right now?
I wouldn't want to be that guy right now. So we're going from 9 down to 7 because the Gladius burst rifle has a rate of fire of 1 to 2. Rolling against this target. Infantry are a little tricky to hit. You'll see why in a second. So now we're going to see how dangerous we can be here. All right, so infantry, they're squishy, but they're hard to hit. 1 through 5 is a miss, pulling off the 2. 7 is a torso shot for 1 damage.
4 HP on the torso.
And then the 8s are headshots. So that's 2 damage to the head.
Ooh, so he's down to 1 damage on his head.
So even with a really good hit location roll, the infantry are still in there swinging. That concludes my support mechs.
Very evasive.
Very evasive. We wanted to simulate infantry digging into light cover, micro terrain, things of that nature. So they're squishy, but they're not just getting shot off the board, especially since they're the only scoring unit.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm down to my Warlord class mech. And at this time, I'm just going to jet him up the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gets him to where he can be dangerous. His Icarus flight kit allowed him to do that. I think I'm going to make life difficult as I can for your dropship. So we'll start by emptying his Javelin missile pack, Javelin missile pod, into the dropship. So that's a 6, an 8, and a 4. So this is actually a pretty decent shot. 8 generates 2 and push 1. So we can push this thing immediately and then resolve the hit locations. So on the Talos dropship, 1 through 3 is a miss. Got 777s. Do I win something? Fuselage and push 1. So that is going to be a total of 9 damage to your fuselage.
3 left on there.
And then each of those is push 1. So I'm just going to push this thing back here. 1, 2, 3, simulating the missiles knocking this thing off course. From there, I'm going to move one more movement. That's all of my movement, but I think I can get at least a partial shot, if not a clear shot, on your Sentinel. So facing them as well as I can, and drawing line of sight from the head to the head. It's close. All right, we're going to look at this off camera for a second and determine if I have line of sight or not.
All right, we're determining that my mech is in cover. My Sentinel is in cover.
So I have partial line of sight. Anytime using the straight edge from above gets close and you're clipping the corner, hey, we're simulating true line of sight here with a straight edge. And yeah, the Paladin does not have clear line of sight to the Sentinel. So I'm going to be suffering a -1 to every single dice I roll. It's both in the burst shot and in the hit shot. So let's do it. Taking the full burst with the gun blade. So that's 2, 4, and 9. So I have to subtract 1 from each of those. So that's 1 becomes 1. 4 becomes 3. 3 still yields 2d8. And the 6 goes down to a 5, so it still yields 3d8. Didn't bracket it. But this is also going to impact the hit roll, so rolling against that same target. All right. 2s are taken out. 3s become 2s, which we know also miss. The 4 becomes a 3, so he gets to choose where that goes. And the 2 headshots are degraded to torso shots. A 4 is still a torso shot, so that's 3 damage to the torso, and that's 1 damage to whichever limb you choose, and this is on your undamaged Sentinel.
Yeah, I'm on my Sentinel with the Icarus flight kit.
Correct.
Yeah, I'll take one to the leg.
Okay.
I'll take it to my left leg, so just 1. I'll put that down to 7. And then the other 3 are to my torso.
So
Yeah,
that's
so I'll
also
take
a
those.
7.
Yeah.
And I'm going to repeat the attack because I have 1 action point left. So I'm taking the gunblade ammo down to 3. The 1 becomes a 0, so 2 zeros, that's a giant whiff. The 5 becomes a 4, that drops it down to 2 instead of 3. 5 and 6 become 4 and 5, which is still 2 damage to the torso.
All right, so go down to 5 on my torso.
Now, with all my movement and action points expended, that's it. My Warlord class mech is done with his turn. The pilot's used up, and it's now down to the red pilot.
Well, I had to forego my actions, which I would be shooting, to do that escape and evade, but that was worth it. But I am just going to go 2, 4, 5, 6, and just
All
move
right.
up in preparation for next round.
So we're right into the scoring phase.
We are.
So during the scoring phase, this objective is worth 1 point to me. This is 2 points to me. Jared's objective, red team, 1 point, 2 points, so we each score a total of 3. If we held the objective in our opponent's deployment zone, that would be worth 3 points. So at this point, blue team, turn 1, has a total of 3. Red team, turn 1, also a total of 3. Now at this time, if we had any models that have been removed as casualties, we would alternate returning those models to the board in our deployment zones, starting with the last player to activate. That would have been Jared. Miraculously, I haven't seen this few casualties on a turn 1 game since we've been playtesting. There we go.
They're camera shy, I guess.
1 full battle round.
Off camera, we've placed our tactical abilities, but we'll go over them now. With the order, it started with his mech support, which you did.
I took aim with this mech. I suspect he's going to get shot at, and I want to try and put some friction on you here. Then I took aim with 2 out of my 3 infantry models here.
I did take defensive positions with 2 of my infantry models as well, and that's all I did, because I'm the next 3 on the list there.
All right. So into the activations.
Yes.
All right. I'll start with my pilot. So he is going to move. My Gunblade has its remaining ammunition. It can do one last 3-round burst and it has a range of 12. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. More than enough range. And line of sight. I would agree would you agree that he has full line of sight?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to dump the last of his Gunblade. So that's going down to a 0. All right, so that is a 4, a 6, and a 2 against the dropship. We know 1s through 3 miss. 5, that's 2 shots to the tail. And your Aegis Shield system is depleted, so those go straight to the tail.
It's down to 5.
Down to 5. And 7, 2 7s go fuselage plus push 1, so that's 2 to the fuselage.
I'm down to 1 fuselage.
But I've got 2 results of push 1, so I'm going to use this to make things inconvenient. I knocked you off your flight path by 2 squares. Great, so that is his first action point. Now, because I'm out of ammo, I'm going to eject the Gunblade. So it reads here, at any time during this battle, the weapon can be switched to sword mode. Once in sword mode, it must remain in sword mode for the remainder of the time in play. That means now he's a melee guy. So we're going to go using his 12 squares of movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gets him here. He's going to use his second action. This is a rate of fire of 2. So I got a 5 and a 1. We'll roll it against his Sentinel with the Icarus Flight Kit. That's a 6, a 4, and a 2.
6 damage to my torso on the Icarus Flight Kit, destroys it.
So that means he is destroyed. And we used how many squares to get here? Was it 8?
9.
9? 10, 11, 12 would take him to there. We will just hug into cover. And hopefully I've done enough to be dangerous during his turn. So that's it for my pilot. It's on to Jared's support mechs.
Yes, which now I only have 1, so that makes this turn a lot easier to do.
And I am immediately going to pop his defensive positions ability to move 1 square. So mark this with a 1. And he's dumping 3 rounds. So we're taking 3 shots from him into the Sentinel. Kind of cold dice. So he may yet survive this. We know the 2s miss, but the 5 and 6 are torso shots.
Go down to 2 on my torso.
I have 1 more guy with the defensive positions ability. He is going to use his immediately. Side note, we both can use these interrupts at any point in time, but because it's his activation, my interrupts will take priority if we have to sequence this. He is going to shoot, and he is depleting down to 3 ammo remaining on his Valkyrie minigun into him. 2, 1, 1. So I am rolling terribly. So this is 1 shot each, so I don't know, maybe recoil's got him. 7, 5, and 6. So even with bad rolls, 2 to the torso, it looks like I'm barely able to pull this one out.
That's going to blow him up.
All right.
So no mech support actions for me at all.
So that ends that initiative phase, but we do go to your infantry and dropships. And just because I'm on a roll here, he's going to pop his free shot. It's just a Gladius burst rifle, just. And we will shoot these into Baldy on the objective there. So we have a 5 and a 6, and I'm hoping for a lucky headshot just to take him out. A single 8 or 4 7s. So here's where infantry are very resilient. 1 through 5 is a miss. 6 goes to his torso. So he will take 1 damage to his torso.
Go down to 3.
Go down to 3. And that's it for my tactical ability.
Okay. So all are activated on there. And now I can move into my dropship's turn. All right, I'm going to use my two actions now. I am going to use boost twice to give myself +6 movement, +3 for each action. So that will put me up to 16. So that is where he is dropping. And then being super risky, adjacent square, going to drop here, 3.
Okay.
That's all she can see. Oh no, she'll shoot into the dropship if she has range. We'll see.
She does. So facing check. She can see it easily without clipping terrain.
I'm going to go ahead and use one action and spend all 3 in this burst. So here we go. Firing into the dropship. That is 8-2 and is skull 1 or 10. 1 or 0.
That's skull is 0.
Okay.
Valkyrie miniguns are rolling cold this game.
Yeah. Here we go. We've got 2, 1, 6, and 3.
All right, 1 through 3 is a miss, but 6 goes directly to the fuselage. So that has it down to 11 remaining. Okay, and she is a team leader, so she has a second action if she wants to take it.
She will take it.
She could repeat that same action if you want.
She is going to. She'll use another 3 ammo on her Valkyrie minigun, going down to 3 ammo. And she'll fire same shot into the same dropship. Got 2, 3, 8. All right. Got 1, 1, 2, 3, 8, and 7.
Ouch, 1 through 3 misses. But a 7 is fuselage plus push 1. And then an 8 is a location of attacker's choice plus push 1. So you get to move me 2 squares in any direction.
All right, I'm actually going to move you.
Okay, definitely not what I wanted. Good choice. Then that's her activation, right?
Yes, that is all for her.
But you have 2 infantry guys over here, and they have targets to shoot at.
Yes, they do. Let's see, you've got mechs broken later. And they're just both going to lay into that mech. They also have Valkyrie miniguns, but they only have 1 action each. So I'm going to go down to 6 ammo on Baldy here and use 3 shots Valkyrie minigun. We got 8, 6, and 1. All right, pew pew pew. All right.
So 1s and 2s miss. Do we have any 3s?
No, that is 7, 7, 8, 8, 8.
So that is 2 to his head. So 3 remaining on the head, and 3 8s. Those are location of attacker's choice.
Gee, I will choose head.
So now his head's blowing off. He's going to be less accurate. He's going to have to -1 to all rolls made. That's
Yay.
burst and now that's
I think
it.
I'm going to save them until I have to use them.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold off on them for now, and I'm going to move on to the next lady. And she is going to go ahead and fire her Valkyrie minigun, going down to 6 ammo on her as well. Oh, stop spinning. All right, 3, 6, and 0.
I think that's a total of 5. Yes.
Okay.
We'll see.
1, 2, 3, 3, 8.
All right. So the 3 and the 8. The 3 is a location of my choice. I'm just going to take it to the left leg. And then there was an 8. That's a location of your choice. You've already blown my head off. Everything else is damaged except left.
I'll just put it on your torso.
Okay. That's 1 to the torso. All right.
That's my infantry and dropship.
And you can still save that to the end of the turn. See what I do, perhaps.
Yes, I see that you've got your dropship to move and you've got the mechs, so I may just wait to see what happens. But now I've got my pilot. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You're not shooting my dropship, are you?
I am shooting a dropship.
I need that. All right.
I have 30 range on the Hellfire missile pack. I did check to see from here, it's 21 range to there.
So both weapon systems are in range, and line of sight is very clear.
I will start by using the Hellfire missile pack. I have 3 actions.
You have 3 actions.
Wow. Does I go off of my pilot with this?
Correct.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to use a Hellfire missile pack. It's 1, 0, 0.
Oof. 6.
6.
6 goes to the fuselage. And there's nothing I can do to peel that off, so we're down to 6 wounds remaining on my fuselage.
Oh, and that was 3 damage.
3 damage. So that 1 missile, it took a chunk out of my dropship.
All right, so now I will fire my Lancer Beam Rifle, which has a range of 25. Rate of fire 1 to 2, so I'll go from 9 ammo to 7, and fire that thing. 7 and 1.
Kind of wish I had him there so that shield system could do something about this.
Oh, no whammies. 1, 5, 4, 7. That's not good.
4 is a location of defender's choice. We'll take that to the left engine. So the left engine has 5 remaining. 5 goes to the tail. I made a mistake there. This is 2 damage, so that's 6 remaining on the tail. On the left engine, tail is down to 5 remaining. And 7 is fuselage plus 1, so I'm down to 4 remaining. Fuselage plus push 1 means he can move this another square in the direction of his choice.
Well, since I was at 21, I know I'll be fine if I just push you back.
Okay, and you have 1 more action.
I will do Lancer Beam Rifle again since it's still in range. Go down to 5 ammo. That is 1 and 6. All right.
This could do it.
1, 7, and 6.
So 7 and 6 both go to the fuselage, so that's enough. All right, and fuselage. This model is destroyed along with all embarked models. Luckily, I have nothing embarked, but I needed that. I was trying to get some units somewhere they could score. So, what else do we have? Is that all your actions and movements with the pilot?
That's everything, because that's all 3 of my actions and all of my movement. Yes, that's all me.
Okay. So, now I have to decide what I'm going to do with my infantry since I don't have dropships to get them to the next objective. Losing that dropship has completely changed my plans. My plan here, I didn't do defensive positions with Blondie here. She was going to jump on that dropship, and I was going to jet this way for his objective, or, depending on how my dropship got moved, maybe go for that one. Now I'm forced to play defensive. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to right here. That's all of her movement points. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So she's not in range for her handgun, but she can fire a single burst of her Valkyrie minigun into his team leader there, and that's what she's going to do. And these have been rolling cold all game, so hopefully we can roll hot here. No. And because I'm shooting at infantry, and I'm not using an anti-infantry weapon like the Defender handgun, there's no bonus here. So, once again, that big clunky Gatling gun is just going to put 2 into his team leader's torso.
I'll take it.
All right, so that has her down to 6 HP. That's 4 remaining. That concludes my infantry dropship's turn. That leaves me with my support mechs. I'll activate the mech with the Icarus flight suit.
There you go.
He's going to start using his... He's going to fire his Gladius burst rifle into Baldy here, trying to kick you off that objective.
Well, I'm going to activate my interrupt there and activate defensive position. All right, going to turn him just to make some room, because with defensive position, you can move 1. So she will. She'll electric slide into the objective and fire her gun. All right, so 3 Valkyrie minigun shots into the Icarus flight suit Sentinel. That's 0, 5, and 5.
So that's going to be 4 hits total.
All right, hit locations. We've got 1, 1, 6, and 4.
Okay, he only had 1 torso remaining. The 6 and the 4 will do it. So her minigun spun up and shot him off the board. Good job.
Well, it was right in front of me. I hope I hit it.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to continue my turn. I was starting to forget it was my turn.
Yeah.
That's all right. He's going to start by shooting his Gladius burst rifle into your team leader. 2 shots, rate of fire 1 to 2. So we're burning his ammo down by 2. And I'm hoping for a lucky shot or 2 here, because she's otherwise going to take my objective, and next turn he'll get a runaway on victory points. That was a 6. That's a 1 and a 5. Both are misses. Infantry, hard to hit.
So she jumped on the ground belly first and just laid there with her hands over her head.
There you go. That's exactly what she did. So we're going to go for a Hail Mary here. He's going to dump his missiles out. 3 shots. And we're hoping for a lucky headshot somewhere in here. And hit locations. 2 to the torso for 3 damage each. Will that do it?
Yeah, she's going to blow right up.
All right. So
See, that was your plan, is to pin her down with the fire and then just blow up the spot she pinned down.
that's exactly my plan. Read my mind. We still have a 3rd battle round. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now that's the end of the activation phase because that was my last support mech. Once again, we still hold the same objectives. So we go up to 6. I was the last to put hands on a model, so I will be the first to redeploy during the reinforcement phase.
Mm-hmm. All right, reinforcement phase. Again,
Okay.
Will goes first.
And everything that's coming back comes back at full health, full ammo. So I'm going to place my Sentinel with Icarus Flight Kit right here.
All right, and I too will place a Sentinel with Icarus Flight Kit right there.
All right, I'm going to place my my Telos dropship right here.
All right, and then I will do my Hellfire Missile Pack Sentinel right there. Yeah, she'll just go right here.
Now we're on our initiative phase.
Yes.
All right.
All right, we're in the tactical phase, and I have to do my pilot and infantry dropship first. So I don't have anything for my pilot, and I don't believe the dropship does either. So then it goes to your mech support and then your infantry and dropship.
I have nothing for tactical actions for support mechs or infantry and dropship.
All right, I do for my mech support. They will both be taking aim.
Okay, and my pilot does not have any tactical abilities to declare. I'm going to activate my pilot, so he's going to start his flight path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gets him clear of the building. 9 has him there. All right. First thing he's going to do is swing his sword, his gunblade in sword mode, at this guy here.
Oh, I'm going to take this sword hit. Come on.
Okay, this is into this mech here because I have a range of 3. So 2 swings, a 3 and a 1. I don't think that generates a whole lot. So this is going into this Sentinel here. 3 is a location of your choice, so he's going to take 3 damage to that location.
3 damage to his left leg, you say?
Correct. And then 6 damage to the chest.
So my left leg is going to go down to 5, or down to 4 on that, on my torso.
He's then going to use his second action to swing at the same mech.
I'm just going to risk it and take it.
Okay.
I want to try to send everything at a pilot if I can.
It's a 2 and a 4, so that's going to be 3 again, I believe. The 8 and the 4 will do it. I will place both of those into your torso. So he is done.
Boom.
This was this. Okay, so now I hate to do this, but I have to do this. I'm going to use my last action point to disembark the mech using my pilot, who can only do this disembarked, to secure this objective.
Yes, and now I will react.
Okay.
Use my take aim. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll fire my missile pod.
Okay. All the missiles.
Yep, all 3 of my missiles. Use them all right now. All right, so fire the missiles into this lady. 3, 6, 9. 3 plus push 2. Okay.
So you get to move me 2 squares before you do anything.
Oh, well, I'll just go ahead and move you.
Okay.
Let's see, 3, 5, and 8 are the only thing that's going to hit, right?
5 will not. 1 through 3. 8 is a headshot. So she has 1 HP remaining on her head.
All right.
Now, she still has 2 squares of movement remaining. So she's going to jump right back on that objective. So now it's your support mech's turn, and it has 2 more. It has 2 action points.
Yeah, it can't move because it used the. I moved that dice off of there, but it used its take aim. But it's firing at the pilot anyway. I've already used my javelin missiles. Only had 3 there, So I'm going to go to my Gladius Burst Rifle. Gladius Burst Rifle has a rate of fire of 1 to 2. I'll do 2.
I'm hoping
Going
I
down
can
to
stay alive here.
Going down to 7 ammo. 4 and 3.
You're looking for that lucky headshot.
All right, here we go. 5, 2, 3, so nothing.
Nothing.
And we'll do that again. Going down to 5. 8 and 8.
Got it. Gladius Burst Rifle. 7 or 8 is 2d8 plus crit.
Oh, so crit I can put wherever
You're
I want.
just going to go straight to the
I
headshot.
will
with that.
headshot. And I have killed your pilot.
So, that means you're going to get 2 things here. One, I know you're going to take that objective back, but you're going to get +2 for Kingslayer. Now it's on to your... He had 1 remaining activate? No, that was it.
That was it. Yeah,
That
so
was
he's
it.
done.
So we'll see what my infantry and dropships can do. I don't think very much, but we'll give this a try. So my dropship is going to move up its first square, and it's going to use 2 actions to completely refill, well, not completely refill, but refill his missiles. So his Hellfire missile rack will be at ammo 6. So it'll go 8, 9, 10, and end its movement right there. My infantry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16. She is not going to be able to shoot at your mech. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. No, he's out of range, so we'll just say he moved up. 6, he moved up, and she will go... So they're not going to be able to impact the battlefield here. We will go to my support mechs. He's going to start by shooting his Gladius Burst Rifle into the dropship in the hopes that we can pick that last wound off its hull. So that is a 9 and a 7. Because Gladius Rifle has a crit 2, I would just allocate that straight to the hull.
Yep, so you can use that crit to just blow me up.
All right, so now we can go
Now you've got some room.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He would go to there. And we will do a line of sight check. So we face the models. So we messed with some rulers and tape measures to see if I have uninterrupted line of sight, and we decided we do. 3 of 6 Javelin missile rounds, sorry, Hellfire missile rounds into Red Team's Warlord class mech. So that is 8, 5, and 9. 9 already gives me a push 2, and 8 gives me a push 1. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now I'm really hoping that with your shield system burned out, we can be dangerous here. So we got a 6, a 5, a 4. These will all go to the torso. That is a total of 9 damage to the torso. The 3s, you can divide those up. 3 damage to each of the 2 locations you choose. And then the 2 is a miss.
So automatically my torso's down to 9. And then the other 2 are wherever I choose.
Wherever you choose.
All right, right and left leg are taking some shots. So we're going to go down to 6 on my right and left leg.
All right, so that's his activation. But because of where I've moved you from the blast, I can get a clean shot by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he came back, so he has missiles. All 3 missiles are getting dumped in from him. So 8, 6, 6. 8 is 2 plus push 1. We'll push him there. So let's see what happens to his mech here. All right. That's enough to the torso to destroy the mech.
Right, those are how much damage a piece?
3 damage each for the
Oh yeah,
missiles.
that is 9. I have 9 left, so...
Now,
Ow.
here's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing.
right.
You have to eject your pilot at this point. If you read in the Eden link, if this model is destroyed while the pilot is in the cockpit, the pilot is placed on the battlefield within 3 squares of the model before it is removed from play. So this is your pilot ejecting from the mech.
Within 3 squares.
Within 3 squares.
So my pilot goes here.
All right, it's a smart movement because I would have tried to use his last action to shoot at him with the Gladius Burst Rifle. Now,
Man, you just got some points.
I get +1 for Titan Slayer. All right, and at this point, I don't believe I can see your infantry because of that corner. So with no valid targets, that concludes the activation for my support mechs. And now it's your turn.
All right, I have my infantry to go. So first things first, I just want to get this out of the way. I'll start here in 1, 2, reclaim my objective.
Smart. That could have won me the game.
And then she'll fire into the your warlord class mech.
That's your team leader.
Yeah, and she's got full ammo because she just came back there. So she has 2 actions. All right, so she'll fire a Valkyrie minigun burst into your warlord class mech. Firing rate of 3, so we'll go down to 6 ammo. Here we go. All right, so 0, 8, and 3. Those are Valkyrie miniguns, so 0 is 0. Here we go. 2, 2, 3, 4, 8.
So the three still does damage.
Okay,
but
good.
We'll just say, hey, left leg, you get to take it.
And then the 4 and the 8.
So the 4 goes to my torso, and the 8 goes to a location of your choice.
Yeah, I'll just do head. Do head.
Okay, so 5 remaining on the head. Torso is going to be 17 remaining. And left leg is going to be 8 remaining. Okay, and she can repeat that attack. You know what? I'm going to do this, though. I'm going to roll these 3 against the torso. This is for the shield system. Actually, I only took 1 to the torso. Why am I rolling there? So 1 for the torso. So that means I'm at full on the torso. So it'll go to the shield. The shield will be at 8 remaining. The head will roll for that. Nope, the head still takes it. And the left leg can take a shot. All right, and I assume she's repeating it again?
Yes, she will do it again. She had so much fun the first time.
So going down to 3 ammo this time.
Yes. 0, 3, and 1.
It's probably 3 total.
0, 3, and 1. Yes, so 3 total.
All right, and let's see where that hits.
1, 3, 3.
2 locations of my choice. So, I guess my right leg will take both of these.
Okay, that's her. And now I'll move on to this infantry. So 2, 4, 6. Valkyrie minigun!
All right. Let me guess where that's going.
Yep, right into that warlord. Pew, pew, pew. 0, 3, 3. Valkyrie minigun, that's going to be 4.
See, even on bad rolls, the Valkyrie minigun rolls decently.
Then 8, 8, 2, 2.
So, 2 misses and 2 to a location of your choice.
Head.
All right, heads down to 3.
And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, good. I can reach her. Valkyrie minigun. 0, 3, 6. And fire. 3, 3, 8, 8, 1.
All right, so I'll take those 2 3s. We'll take 1 each to the leg. So right leg is down to 6. And left leg is down to 7. And then 2 8s. Your choice. Where are those going?
I probably should have been putting all this stuff in the torso, but
Probably, possibly.
yeah, oh well. I'll put it in the head at this point. I'll commit to my bad decisions.
See if the Aegis shield systems pick up any of this. So the first one to the head and the second one to the head. So one of them was absorbed by the Aegis shield system, bringing it down to 7, and the other one goes through to the head, bringing it down to 2.
All right.
So that is it for infantry and dropships, correct?
Yes.
And now your pilot gets to activate.
Yep. She has 6 movement, so she might as well take it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
For good measure. I'm going to fire my defender handgun into the warlord mech.
Okay.
3 shots. 8, 4, 0. Got 3, 6, 7.
All right, so the 3 goes to a location of my choice. So Left leg drops down to 6. What's the next one?
6.
6 is a torso. We'll see if the shield system picks it up. It does not. So now the torso is down to 17. And the last one was a 7?
Yes.
That's a headshot. You've been favoring those. So I'm definitely going to see if the 9. The shield system picks it up.
Okay.
Shield system is down to 6.
She'll do it yet again because she still has the ammo for it. 4, 8, 6. All right, firing again. Pew, pew, pew. 1, 2, 4, 8.
So the 1 and 2 are nothing, but the 4 is torso, and the 8 is wherever you want to hit.
Head.
All right, we'll roll for the 8. You know what? I can't roll for the 8s. It actually says that on the system.
Oh, can you not?
It specifically says, and I know I should know this because I wrote this. This cannot be used for hit results. But we're going to roll for the torso, and the shield system does not pick it up, so the torso is down to 16.
All right, my final bit of ammo here and final action. 3 more shots with the Defender handgun. 1, 3, 9. So 9 is 2d8 plus a crit. And how does crit work exactly?
It's an automatic 8 added to the hit pool.
Okay, I already have an 8.
You can decide where that's going after you see how you roll.
1, 4, 6, 7.
So the 1's a miss. The 4 and 6 are going through to my torso, and the 7's going to my head. And the 8, you can force me to take those first before you decide where the 8 goes. So let's
Take those first.
All right. So the 2 hits that go to the torso. One goes through, and the shield system picks up 1 for 1 damage, so it's down to 5. The headshot, I roll a 9, so the shield system picks that up.
Okay.
So
the 8 will take.
The 8, I assume is, yep, there you go. It's going to peel off that final hit to the head.
I'll blow his head off.
Now, we go right into the scoring phase. So this tends to happen in a 3-turn game. We deadlocked on objectives. Just as one person was about to gain traction, get that 3rd objective and tip the scales, the other player had the recourse to push them back off. Turn 3, 3 points plus 1 for Titan Slayer. That's going to put me at a total of 10. Over here to red team, Jared has his 3, but he also has plus 2 for Kingslayer. So that's going to put him at 11. To that end, this is 3 turns of Ignition Core 0 Edition on the map Target Locked. As you can see, we're still able to get a very meaningful game in 3 battle rounds. Hopefully, you're able to better understand what this is, how it plays, how the rules work, and aside from just reading rules straight out of the rulebook that I've posted for free online at www.ignitioncoregames.com, this shows you how it all comes together. All right, thank you for watching.